Hello, my name is David Hart, Executive Vice President at the Florida Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line. Our guest today is Senator Joe Gruters. Senator, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me on, David.
So if I had to pick an all-star team for the first third of the 2019 legislative session, you would probably be, among the top picks that we would make at the Florida Chamber. Thank you for all you're doing. I want to quickly talk about 4 priority pieces of legislation that you've authored and you're sponsoring. Let's start with Visit Florida. Visit Florida is critical to marketing our state's tourism economy. We have 1.4 million jobs in Florida tied to tourism. Talk about the importance of your reauthorization bill.
Well, listen, we are a tourism-driven economy. Everything that we do is tourism-based, whether it be the environment, the business laws we pass here. We have to reauthorize this thing. When we had Matthew, Michael, Irma hit over the last 3 years, red tide hit this past year in my area, the economic devastation and the marine life devastation was the worst I've ever seen in my life. Who's there to pick up the pieces when these devastating events occur? It's Visit Florida. They let people know that Florida is open for business, that people can come back, and it's the 1.4 million people that derive their income from the tourism-based economy. We have to make sure that we continue to market our state. It's what Governor Scott used to always say. Coca-Cola still does marketing, and we have to continue to push every day. And hopefully we could make sure that this gets reauthorized because the future of our success as the leader in tourism across the country and the world partly depends on this passing this year.
Well, thank you for your leadership on that issue in the Senate. Let's also talk about your tax bill. I think it's the best tax reform bill in either body this session. Your idea was to pair e-fairness, which came out of the Supreme Court's Wayfair decision, but so as to not be taking more tax dollars out of Floridians' pockets, you pair it with the business rent tax reduction to make it revenue neutral. Talk about your concept and what that would do.
Thank you, David. Basically what happened was when the Supreme Court handed out the Wayfair decision last year, you saw states all trying to scramble to deal with this issue. And what's happening is these big listen, our retailers on the ground level are absolutely getting creamed by online marketplaces. People actually go into shops, take pictures, and I'm guilty of myself, taking a picture of the product and shopping and trying to get a product for $10 less. What this will do is this bill will hopefully increase our general revenues and also help out our retailers. And we do that by making sure that these third-party marketers out there like Amazon, eBay, that they collect the sales tax from the people who are buying the products across their sites, and that they come out and collect it and remit it to the Department of Revenue on the consumer's behalf. That's basically what this bill is all about. It's about a convenience for consumers. The tax is already owed. People owe it. And you may get a Department of Revenue notice that says, you bought this product online, where's the tax for it? Most people don't know that the tax isn't being paid, but it's not. So we're requiring these third-party marketplaces to collect that tax on behalf of the consumers. So we're making it easier for the consumer. And at the end of the day, we're decreasing, as a result of the revenue we should collect, we're going to decrease that almost dollar for dollar against the business rent tax, which is creaming the brick and mortar stores that we have in our state. And think about what the brick and mortars do for our economy. They employ a lot of people, they're paying property tax, they're paying sales tax, they're paying all these taxes, but they're providing jobs. And we have to continue to try to make sure that we do everything we can to help the people who are helping our economy move. And this is a great bill. It's not a tax increase, it's strictly it's a way for us to help consumers remit the taxes that are owed.
Thank you for joining us on another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line.